yeah, that's okay. Follow me, that's interesting. You're looking, aren't they?
It's pretty.
That's good. It's really soft back there. Maybe that's good. Here's the normal.
Spent the summer. We noticed paintings a year later at the St. Louis World's Fair, and people didn't believe that the steep canyons and colorful rock could possibly be real. That same year, he wrote these words in a national magazine. The spectators instantly enveloped in the maze of cliffs and color, a double line of majestic sculptures, domes, pyramids, pinnacles, temples, sweeping away to the north, dazzling with vermilion, orange, pink, and white. Delabau's words and paintings made Americans aware of this place. A few years later, in 1909, the Kutuweap National Monument was created. In 1918, the name was changed to Zion National Monument before it was redesignated a national park in 1919. Artists help preserve places like Zion. Our words and images tell the world why landscapes like these must be enjoyed, but also why they must be protected.
When does it start to get hot? November, December? December? Is that the hottest? That's right. Your Santa wears bathing suit, our Santa wears like a big heavy raincoat.
कैंपिंग वालों का परमिट के साथ आता होगा ना कई बातें तो इतने लोग आते नहीं ना छोटी गाड़ी
This is where y'all stay. Oh, you have it?
ये कैंपिंग वगैरह वाले लोगों के लिए एम्प्लॉयज और उनके लिए ये छोटा ज्यादा नहीं बोल रही है छोटा ज्यादा नहीं बोल रही है
Trees all the way to the top.
The next stop is Zion Lodge. Food, restaurants, and park with us here for the lower end of Stars Trail in Canyon Trail.
We're about 3/4 of the way
About the Emerald Pools Trail, the path that goes there is to the right, the paved path that goes along the edge of the lawn.
20 मिनट क्या है उखाड़
As you exit the shuttle bus, turn right,
ये 20 मिनट
follow the sidewalk, past the shuttle stops, and along the edge of the lawn is the crossroad. Cross the road, and then go left to the horse corral, or over the bridge to the lower end of the woods.
No, a different day. I mean, we packed sandwiches.
Hey, Lens, are we getting off here?
As soon as we get off, we can eat and go party and then lunch. Have fun!
The Virgin River in this section of the park. You'll see cottonwood and box elder trees because they grow close to water. And in even wetter places in the park, like near waterfalls and springs, you may see water-loving plants such as watercress and maidenhair ferns. These types of plants need a very moist environment and lots of shade. Each plant is adapted to its neighborhood and how much water it finds there. Even the plants in Zion tell the story of water.
That trail, Graham. There was some view. It's right there. That looks like.
Well, what a great place to live up here in here, huh?
We'll look. There's one trail that there's for bikes. So we'll look.
The next stop is the grotto. Depart the bus here for the trail to Angel's Landing, which starts across the road. The trail is 5.4 miles round trip and is rated strenuous. It is steep and narrow with 1,000-foot drop-offs on both sides at the top. Use caution. People have died falling from the cliffs along this route.
It's 4.
Small children and people with balance, pulmonary, or cardiac problems may have difficulty on this hike.
I can't go.
Use the bathroom here before hiking.
Here. There you go.
So for the folks headed out Angels Landing, West Rim, when you get off the shuttle, turn right, go around behind the shuttle and across the road.
No, number
not yet.
7. The next
We
one.
might do the first part of this a different day.
The next one.
Stop it. I mean, I was like,
One of the most popular hikes, and one that I am frequently asked about, is Angel's Landing.
Angels
It's across the river just ahead, out the windows on the left. The trail to Angel's Landing cuts back and forth along the canyon wall. You might be able to spot hikers over there on their way up to Walter's Wiggles, which are a series of 21 steep switch National Register of Historic Places. Just one more reason Zion is an important place to care for and protect.
Can you see the Wiggles from the bus? Or no?
yep,
You can?
yep.
Mom, look it. Mom, look it. Look, the thing on the bus.
I'm just curious whether I think the police could do part of it.
Oh, the wiggles on the trail.
Like the part of the trail called the
I didn't
Wiggles.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you can see that.
I know.
I keep seeing
Wait,
little
is
white
this
things
us?
up there in the
We're
windows.
just pausing.
Why?
Which one?
Look at that square stone. Look at it. You could use that for a
For
seat.
this guy. Look.
How high up that is.
It's not orange.
I'm getting dizzy looking up there. This, I want to lay right down there. Being that wall.
Got an orange beard.
Redhead.
Oh, man.
Mom, are we still gonna have some flight?
We'll see how this afternoon goes. But remember, we are going to bed earlier tonight because we have a hard time. Oh, I see people walking down there. So 7:45 is our bedtime. Just didn't say about time. No.
Snakes Rock Beach in Zion. This is a desert after all. But high on the plateaus, rain and melting snow seep into the Navajo sandstone and slowly filter down until the water reaches a less permeable layer it can't move through. The water is forced laterally out of the rock, creating a spring. Springs at Weeping Rock constantly drip water that nourishes delicate ferns and flowers hanging on the rocks. There are also hanging gardens at the Emerald Pools and along the Riverside Walk. These green gardens add to the uniqueness
the
of
best
Zion
side, baby.
and make you forget for a moment that we are in a desert.
Man, we're going to go see it. I'm excited. Love to. I think we'll last a couple weekends. We'll find you. We'll find you.
I know why it says because they have 2 woods.
Correct. 2 toes. See
There's
the-
Roscoe on that
See
one.
this footprint? 1, 2. They have 4 and 5 toes.
What do you see?
Look at that.
I see nothing.
Look at that.
Wait, I see lots.
Walker, and I'm a rock climber. If you look up on the canyon walls, you might see me and other rock climbers appearing to defy gravity. We're sometimes hard to see since we're so small on these big sandstone walls. But look carefully. You might spot us in a big crack moving up to the rim of the canyon. Zion has some of the most prized climbing terrain in the world. These big wall climbs, as they're known, are not for beginners. We use ropes, harnesses, and other special gear to get up the walls. The challenge and the scenery are great. Falcons prefer to nest in cliffs, so the National Park Service closes places like Zion, where they are protected. The canyon walls are also the kind of habitat favored by the endangered
Can you
California
imagine just living
condor.
right here? You got the
Condors take
water.
advantage of
Look
thermals,
at-
rising columns of air, to help them reach
You never have to
soaring
worry about a
heights.
hurricane because you're
In
protected from the wind.
1982, there were only 22 California condors in the world, but a rescue effort saved them from extinction. Now, there are about 400 in the world, and about 70 wild ones living in Arizona and Utah.
Big Bend.
This is a good place to enjoy views of the Great White.
I guess you could if you're dumb enough, you go lay in that river.
If you look up on top of the cliff above us, there are at least a couple people up there. You can see they're about 1,000 feet away, so they look pretty small.
Where, baby? What's that?
I don't see any.
I don't see nothing. This is the better side, baby. It's too steep for us.
In there? Oh, it's not.
Let's look at that one thing sticking out. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Spectacular, baby. It's gonna be 50 kilometers. Right down to the river now.
Mm-hmm.
Right on the edge of the river now, baby. That went back that way, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Almost at the end of the temple of Sinaloa.
We are approaching the Temple of Sinawava, the last shuttle stop at the end of the Zion
Get a
Canyon
picture
Scenic
down the
Drive.
canyon there.
The Temple of Sinawava is the name.
I think that's a good place to start life.